What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Leander Howard II. I am here to break down sales today, baby. I'm very, very excited about this episode. I'm happy to talk to my entrepreneurs, talk to my audience about selling, man. And you don't even have to be an entrepreneur to really enjoy this episode, because I believe that sales and marketing is a skill that everybody needs to have but doesn't have.
It is a gift.
You're going to be selling yourself for the rest of your life. So what I mean by that, right? You're going to be selling yourself even if you want to get a job. If somebody wants to hire you, you got to sell yourself. When you're going to get your new car, you got to sell your credit score. When you buy a new house, you got to sell how much money you can put down, right? How much cash you're willing to give, right? So being able to articulate why you should be chosen for an opportunity is selling yourself, okay?
How much again?
And also selling your product or service. If you're a business owner, right? You got to really articulate the value and the benefit that your product or service is going to offer the customer, okay? It's all about the customer, okay? And I'm actually going to make another episode about that probably on the next episode. It's all about the customer, okay? So be on the lookout for that next Wednesday, okay? But today, man, I want to break down what is sales.
I don't know.
Man, what is sales? How do you sell a product or service? And why is it so important to understand the fundamentals of selling a product or service or selling yourself, and how you can be successful in doing it? So I'm going to break it down by what I do at Spark Your Resume, and how we sell our services and products very effectively, I think. We have a decent conversion rate. I would say about 25% of the people that I talk to usually convert as clients. Most definitely trying to get that better to more, really 50%, 75% of the people I talk to. So I'm still working on being a better salesperson, a marketer, really just understanding people's problems and solving them as effectively as possible, and really showcasing the value we can bring to them based on the services and products that we offer at Spark Your Resume. So how I usually approach my sales calls is I get on the call, right? Well, let's talk about the pre-call, right? You have to do your research, okay? So how the process works at Spark Your Resume is usually we'll opt them in, right? Opt-in is just how are you collecting people's data, or how are you getting people to engage with your company, right? So we offer free resume reviews, okay?
Interesting.
People like that, right? You want to offer something people really want and like for free, okay? That's to get their data. Data is currency, okay? So once we get their data, I put them in a funnel, right? But that funnel is going to let me know if they're willing to pay or not. So the people that are willing to pay, I send them to book an appointment. The people that aren't, I redirect them to our customer success stories and our career toolkit, which is a $97 product that could also help them reach their goals, right? Because they ultimately got in touch with us because they wanted to advance their career, right? Whether or not they want to pay for a service, right? We know their end goal or have an idea of what they need, right? So before I get on these appointment calls, I want to look up their LinkedIn profile. I want to see what their resume looks like, right? I want to even ask, I might text them and ask them, what's the biggest challenge they're facing, right? You want to ask leading questions that's going to help you understand the problems that people are having, okay?
And modern problems require modern solutions.
By doing this, you're gaining more insight before you even attend the call, right? So now you can understand how to approach the call, what's their problem, and make it even more about them. Dive deeper, okay? How long have you been job searching, right? What has been your biggest challenge when job searching? Is it your LinkedIn? Is it your resume? Why do you think you're not getting hired? Is it your interviews? Like, are you getting interviews but aren't landing the job offer, right? So you got to know your process, right? You got to know the problem. You got to know what they're going through. You got to put yourself in your customer's shoes and be empathetic, okay? Because at the end of the day, we are all running a people's business, right? I like to say, no people, no profits, okay? And when you think about it, if you can't impact somebody's life, right? You can't change their situation. There's no way in hell you're going to make that sale. It's that simple. Your product or service should be solving a big problem in somebody's life. If it's not, you need to reevaluate your product or services with your organization, okay? Because at the end of the day, people pay for things that can be solved. Because if it's not going to solve it, then I can do it myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's no point in me paying you to do something that I can probably do myself or have a better chance of doing myself than paying you, right? People want a return on investment, an ROI, return on investment. We all live for that, right? With my company, I've structured it to the point where I like to give 10x return, where it's like, oh my God, he's crazy for charging these prices, right? At least once they get done, they usually feel like that, right? And I break it down for them, right? And that's another thing. Breaking down the investment, right? When it comes to sales, you want to break down the investment, break down the value, break down the benefit on why they need you, right? Because people aren't going to know why they need you until you tell them. So when it comes to sales, you really have to get good at articulating, understanding the customer, being empathetic, okay? Because like I said before, you are in a people's business. Relationships matter. When you build real relationships, people will do business with you. People will do business with people they like, know, and trust. As a salesperson, you have to be likable, right? People have to trust you, and people have to just like you. You know what I'm saying? They need to know you too. You know what I'm saying? They need to know you. They need to trust you. They need to like you. What if I told you I had a proven process, and I mean proven, that I can teach you how to land your dream job in the next 30 to 90 days? No more applying for jobs online without a strategy. No more not hearing back from recruiters. No more spending 6 months, 12 months waiting to get a new job. No more of that. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't take that long, right? And it's absolutely absurd, okay? But nobody's teaching you how to position yourself in the market as a professional that people want to hire. I'm going to teach you how to build a professional brand with your 3 marketing assets. I'm going to teach you how to identify your gifts and your purpose, right? That's going to help you realize what you really want to do in life, okay? I'm going to give you the power to own your job search in my free training. I mean free, totally free. And I'm not fluffing. We already done this for 300 plus people over the past 2 years, okay? So if you're really serious about taking your career to the next level, and I mean serious, because I'm only here to help serious people, sign up for my free training right now, and I promise you, you will take your career to the next level in the next 30 to 90 days, all right? So click the link below, wherever the link is, and sign up for my free training, and I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. And they can get to know you by having a good brand, right? So you go to my LinkedIn profile, you know exactly what I do. You know exactly what I'm offering to help you, right? It's all clear. My message is clear. My offering is clear, okay? You want to have a clear offering so people can understand exactly how you help them. And you can't help everybody. You shouldn't help everybody. You need to niche it down. Because when you try to help everybody, you're helping nobody. You're not helping anybody. So you want to make sure that you're clear on your audience, right? The target audience you're trying to help. And you want to make sure that all of your marketing and sales is speaking to that audience. In your email marketing, in your text marketing, in your communication on sales calls. You want to live and breathe in your customer's shoes. I like to say I'm my customer's next door neighbor. I'm going to know when they come home. I'm going to know what they like to eat for dinner. I'm going to know about their kids. I'm going to know, their biggest problems. I'm going to know when they're at the happiest moment, right?
I'm just next to her now. She's texting on the phone. Red top. I've been spotted. Oh my God, I think I'm in love, Jeremy. Oh my God.
Because I live, eat, and breathe where my customers live. Or at least I try to, right? So, and I'm going to die trying too, because I have to know their problems. So every 6 months, I even go back through the job process just to see what it's like, right? Because things might change. Things are going to change. The world is constantly evolving. So you have to be ready to adapt and change to understand your customer's behavior. When you start understanding your customer's behavior, then you know exactly how to pinpoint their problems because you're now one of them. You went through their process. You understand the pain points. That's exactly why I started Spark Your Resume. I said, man, I applied for 150 plus jobs and got 2 offers. It has to be an easier way. And that's how most businesses start. Entrepreneurs find a problem that they have themselves, right? And they figure out how to solve it for a greater good for their community. It's that simple. Like, find big problems and solve them, and your impact and your bank account would directly correlate. It's that simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. Okay? And I really want you guys to understand the foundation of selling. It's more about them than it is about you. Okay? Like, you gotta really hone in on listening, right? Right? Listening and being engaged, right? Being in the moment with your customer, enjoying the conversation, being real, being personable. All of that comes into play because people can identify flaws really quickly, right? You can tell if somebody's being real or not, right? Off rip, to be honest. Probably in the first minute or two. If they're just trying to sell you or they really care about helping you. And you really want to care about helping people. If you're in a business right now, just to make sales, I would honestly think about leaving. Because when you put yourself above your customer, it never works. It never works. I've done it. I'm only telling you things I've done. Like I was so focused on making the money that I didn't make sales. And then when I stopped focused on making the money, I make sales.
I knew it.
It's crazy how it works. It really is. But when you really focus on the people, you focus on their problems, right? You get real personal with them. Then they understand or they feel like you really care about them, which you should. Because at the end of the day, they're spending their hard-earned money with you. And that's always a privilege. Okay? So sales 101, right? I really want you guys to hone in on communication, right? Empathy, listening, and solving people's problems. Okay? You really have to focus on those three. Listening, communication, empathy, and solving people's problems. Okay? When you focus on those four aspects of selling, you will find yourself a lot more successful when it comes to racking in the dough for your organization, but even more importantly, creating so much impact, right? So much impact for people across the world in your target audience because you understand their problem. You successfully communicated with them how you're going to solve it. Your offer is clear. The value that you bring to their life is clear. The benefit is out of this world. Something that they could probably not do themselves, right? The empathy is there. You actually listen and engaged with them, okay? You've engaged and understood how they're feeling, right? You gave them feedback. You gave them advice on that sales call. You're pointing them in the right direction, right? They feel like they know you. They like, know, and trust you by the end of the call. Well, hard to trust, but at least they like and they know you, right? And they can learn more about you because you have this great personal brand. You have everything in place. Your foundation is in place to where you can point them in a different direction. You can point them in all directions. And you're listening. You're listening to your customer. You understand exactly what they need. And they can feel that you actually care about them because you're actively listening with both ears. Okay? Like, people value people that listen to them. And honestly, in sales, you need to be listening more than you talk. Because that's going to tell you everything you need to know to make a tailored solution for that specific or potential customer. It's going to tell you everything you need to know, right? You can't get answers if you don't listen, right? So ask the questions, sit back, and in sales, take that awkward pause. I find that to be very, very successful on my sales call. Literally just stare at them for like 10 seconds. Really, I've done it for 30 seconds. People are thinking. People are really thinking.
Se pra isso eu já aceitei. Eu tô dentro, eu assino onde for, assino com meu próprio.
And I've even found myself give up, right? And as soon as I give up, they'll start talking. Then it's like, oh, okay, my bad, go ahead. They're like, oh, no, you go ahead. I'm like, no, you go ahead. Because I want to hear what they have to say. It's not about me, right? So, really, I want you guys to understand the foundation so you can be successful in selling your product and services, but also selling yourself. It goes both ways, right? So even my freelancers out there, like, people have to know the value you bring to their life. How are you going to change somebody's life with your product or service? That's critical. And that's the only thing that really matters is, can you change my life with your product or service? If the answer is yes, then I'm purchasing your product or service. If the answer is no, then I'm probably going to do it myself or find somebody else that will. So it's really important for you to articulate because people don't know what you don't tell them. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Be safe. Go make some sales. Peace. What if I told you I had a proven process, and I mean proven, that I can teach you how to land your dream job in the next 30 to 90 days? No more applying for jobs online without a strategy. No more not hearing back from recruiters. No more spending 6 months, 12 months waiting to get a new job. No more of that. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't take that long, right? And it's absolutely absurd, okay? But nobody's teaching you how to position yourself in the market as a professional that people want to hire. I'm
I'm going to teach you how to build a professional brand with your 3 marketing assets. I'm going to teach you how to identify your gifts and your purpose, right? That's going to help you realize what you really want to do in life, okay? I'm going to give you the power to own your job search in my free training. And I mean free, totally free. And I'm not fluffing. We already done this for 300 plus people over the past 2 years, okay? So if you're really serious about taking your career to the next level, and I mean serious, because I'm only here to help serious people, sign up for my free training right now, and I promise you, you will take your career to the next level in the next 30 to 90 days, all right? So click the link below, wherever the link is, and sign up for my free training, and I'll see you on the other side. Let's go.